Flight to Charlotte. Wow.
Probably public, but like the same.
It might be an animatronic.
No, it's public.
I can see it. The tail might be.
I think the head is probably an animatronic. Puppet, everything else is animatronic. Yeah.
Zoltar is here to give you the wisdom of the ancients. Do with it what you will. Destiny is not a matter of chance.
This thing. He got pregnant. Oh Jesus! Who is that? My big ball. My big ball. My big ball.
You're matching from head to toe. So you're fashion forward. Are you a model? Is that what's happening? I will only start. I don't stop. Unfortunately. No, wait, where are you headed to? Those dinosaurs? Okay, be careful. Yes, you have to watch your teeth. It's very important. In the claws, in the stomping, in the roaring. You have to watch a lot. Are you going to do the Velocicoaster? Okay. So your heart is still intact. Okay, perfect, okay. Alright, well be careful. Make sure you drink the Diet Dr. Kelp. I like your Coke shake bag. You're welcome. I see, I love it. That's why you came to visit the fountain. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Dandy. So today I wanted to first of all apologize that this video has taken so long. It's been rough, and then I went on a trip and then I got sad after I got home again. So I just haven't really felt like recording much since I've been home. But now that I'm finished with my pages, it's time. So I recently, from the 6th to the 10th, took another trip down to Orlando to go to Universal, but this time was extra special because I got to take my little sibling with me. So it was definitely a lot of fun, and I have a few pages here in this journal to show you that I've finally finished accumulating journaling about. And I'll also have clips from the trip. I don't know if I'll put those before this flip through or like in between, so if you already saw them, I hope you enjoyed them, and if not, you'll see them soon. We'll see how it goes. So I like to usually, when I go on a trip, have some sort of cover page here, just because I think that's a lot of fun. And I printed off pictures of the airport layouts before we left too. This is our this is Buddy and Siri's little alien we call Gleep, in the window of the airport here. Of course, boarding passes are perfect for your journals, and I took pictures as well. I did take my Canon Ivy to print off pictures while I was there, but I didn't take my big book with me. I had my A6. But we were so busy, I didn't even get any daily journaling done, really. I had to do that when we got home, too. But I've got a few pages in here. Not a lot, but mostly just, like, picture collages. But that's fun, too. But this is where I really wrote my thoughts and played around and had fun with it. So this is the first page. This is the first flight. Siri really liked flying. And that was really fun. So our first leg was just a small regional plane. So we had each column of seats, not rows, but the aisles of seats, only had 2 seats in it. So we didn't even have a seatmate with us the first flight. So that was awesome. And then we had a layover in Charlotte. And I really enjoy the Charlotte airport. It's not too big, not too small. They do kind of always have something going on, like construction wise, but it wasn't too bad. We had plans to get Chick-fil-A, but there was a stupid long wait for chicken there, so we went down the A concourse and got Wendy's instead. And we went to our next gate after that. I tried to scarf down my nuggets. Siri ate his food while I went and got our little our gate check thing for the Siri had a rollator with him, so I went a gate check thing for that. Came back, we boarded, I got on the plane, scarfed down the rest of the food as fast as I could, and then the pilot came over the intercom to tell us we were on an hour delay. So I didn't have to eat so fast, but it's okay. We were on a delay because there were storms in Orlando, and the Orlando airport was on a ground stop. But during that time, we watched Pirates of the Caribbean, so it wasn't all bad. And it did start raining in Charlotte for a minute, and it was really interesting to be on the plane when it was storming because the wind rocked it around a little bit, so that was cool. Other people might not think it was cool, but I thought it was pretty cool. Also, sorry if you hear my chair squeaking so much. I don't know why it started doing that recently. Let's see what happened after that. Oh, as we were flying into Orlando, the sun was setting, and we met up with Alex there. We met up at the airport, and he was super nice and got us some like groceries and stuff for the room while we were there, some like waters and dish soap for our cups and stuff. So that was cool. We got on, Universal has a shuttle that you can take from the airport to the hotel, especially if you're staying on an on-site hotel, which I always stay at Dockside just because it's my favorite place to stay at Universal. They also have shuttles for free that'll take you back and forth from the park to your hotel. They run super frequently, so that's always a plus. And they usually give you a cool key card that has your name on it that you get to keep, but I left mine in the room, so I don't have it, which I'm really sad because I finally got a Jurassic Park one and I left it. I'm hoping it'll turn up, but I'm pretty sure I left it in the room. You have to have your key card and the light switch to turn the lights on. And I think that's what I did, unfortunately. But yeah, we got there a little later, but it's okay. We thought about maybe going down to City Walk to get some food when we got there, but it was so late by the time we all did, we just ate at the hotel. But But yeah, it was super nice. We got a room that had 3 beds, and it had a separate room, so Siri could kind of have his own private space and feel more comfortable. So that was cool. And then our first day in the park, I always get the photo pass when I can, just because I think it's definitely worth it. We got a 3-day one that lets you get your pictures from the rides, and if there's photographers around the park and they take your picture, you also have the photos from that, character meet and greet, all kinds of stuff. And it's a professional photographer with a professional camera, and of course your ride photos. I think personally it would be worth it just for the ride photos, and everything else is just an awesome bonus from the photo pass. So I went and did that first thing, and then we started on the island side because I wanted to see my lighthouse so bad. Not my lighthouse, but I love that lighthouse a lot. And the mistake I made this day was taking Siri from the Spider-Man ride, which is like an indoor 3D simulated, kind of moves around a little bit. It's kind of intense, but not really. And then Kong, which is even less intense, I would say. And then directly from that onto the Velocicoaster, which goes 72 miles an hour and has 2 launches, several inversions. And that was probably not a good idea, but he ended up liking it, which is good. Passed out at the very end when the brakes hit to stop. Passed out. I was trying to like lift his head, be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" It was actually funny because the first thing I did was ask, "Hey, you did it. You rode the Velocicoaster. What did you think?" Looked over, he passed out, picked up his head, was like, "Hey, dude, are you good?" And wakes up and goes, "That was so fun," and then passes out a second time, and then was fine. So it's good to know that it was enjoyed. I probably just should have built up to it a little better first, but the line was so short, and I was like, "Do you want to get on?" That was very funny. We ate chili cheese fries this day. I always get I used to always get chili cheese fries from the Burger Digs restaurant here, and they took away my chili cheese fries, and I about panicked because that's like one of my, I guess, like safe foods at the park, because a lot of the foods are very, I guess you would say, interesting and not really good for autistic people. But chili cheese fries is always a go-to, but I was thankful that they just moved them to somewhere else instead of taking them away completely. So that's what we got this day, and that was, we ate before Velocicoaster to prevent passing out, but passing out happened anyway. But it's funny now looking back on it, and it was fun. I also got my cup refills for free. The girl was super nice when I went to, because so Universal, this is one of them actually. I have something in it right now, so I don't want to tip it too much. This is from a couple years ago. They have these cups, and they have a chip in the bottom of them, and you can activate them, and then you can get free refills for the whole day for like $15 or something like that, and it's cheaper the more you get at a time. And then you can just refill them for free all day at the Coca-Cola Freestyle machines, instead of buying $6 drinks every time you're thirsty. So it's definitely worth it. If any of you ever go to Universal, get a Freestyle cup. It'll pay for itself within 2 hours. But I always take one that I already have, and I get it activated while I'm there. And the girl was nice enough to give me like 4 days for free, which was crazy. So I was very thankful for that, because I was expecting it to be anything, especially more, you know what I mean? So after we spent some time in Islands of Adventure, which is probably my favorite park, even though my favorite ride is on the other park aside from Velocicoaster, I just love the vibes here. You've got Jurassic Park, you've got Port of Entry, which is like kind of like a ocean port, but it's all like whimsical, and then you've got Hogsmeade in the castle, and Lost Continent, which is my favorite part of this park, honestly, and I'm really sad because they're about to tear it down to replace it with something else. There's rumors that it's going to be Zelda, so at least that would be worth it if that's the case, but regardless, anyway, I'm rambling about, I can talk about Universal all day. I'm very autistic about it. So that night, so what we did is after Islands, we took the train over to Diagon Alley. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. And that lets you off right outside of Diagon Alley. So we didn't actually go into Diagon Alley yet. And we went to the tribute store. They always do a tribute store for Halloween Horror Nights. Got our shirts for the night and then went to take a break at the hotel. And then we came back a couple hours later to stay for the Stay and Scream for Halloween Horror Nights. Sorry, my phone ran out of storage again. I think that happens every single time I try to record. But what I was saying was, Stay and Scream means you can get there early. You know, if you have an annual pass, a day ticket, or they have a thing you can buy that lets you in a little bit early before the actual event starts. So you can go ahead and, you know, try food, get in line for houses, and things like that. So that's what we did. There's a Five Nights at Freddy's house this year, so that's what we did. We went and got in line for that around 4:30. And the house opened at 5:15, but I think that was like one of the longest lines we had to wait in total for like our entire trip, so it wasn't too bad. And it was inside and air conditioned, which is nice because it was not last year or the year before or the year before that. So we did that and it was really cool. They had like actual animatronics of Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica in the very front of the house, and then like really cool like puppets for the rest of the animatronics throughout the rest of the house. It was so cool. The sets were so cool. I'll try to put in a little clip if I can. You're not allowed to record while you're there in the houses, but they did have a press night at the beginning of the season, so I'll see if I can find a clip to throw in for you. After that, we went and got some food. Me and Siri got pizza skulls, which is basically just a calzone. It's like dough with pizza stuff inside, but it's shaped like a skull. Again, autistic about food, but it's very delicious, and I always enjoy getting a pizza skull when they have them. After that, we went to the show that they do called Nightmare Fuel, and they've got like fire dancers, acrobats. I mean, it's all dancing to music. They had a contortionist this year, effects, fire, all kinds of stuff. It's so fun. It's cool. It's, you know, they're sexy and it's awesome, and it's so cool. And that's the reason I have this here. They play this remix of My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade. I'm sure you guys know it. We loved it. They usually play that before the show starts to kind of get everybody hyped, you know, for everything. And it's just so fun. After the show, we went to Diagon Alley to see the Death Eaters, which, you know, fuck J.K. Rowling, we hate her. But, you know, the people that do their job as the Death Eaters, they're cool. And, you know, we paid for it, so we want to enjoy as much as the park as we can. So we went there, and that was cool. We hung out there for a little bit. And then the sky started pissing on us. The whole bottom just dropped out of the sky. And we were gonna wait it out, checked the radar, and unfortunately, it wasn't gonna let up at all. So we had a 20-minute walk back to the shuttles in the pouring rain. Every piece of clothing that we had on was wet. Even when we had ponchos and umbrellas, it was raining so hard that none of that even mattered. So needless to say, when we got back to the hotel, I cried. There was some upset feelings. I was really bummed we didn't get to do as much as we had hoped we would get to. We did some laundry. But regardless, it was still fun, even with the rain. But yeah, that's how our Halloween Horror Nights went. Let's see. Next day, we slept in a little bit since we were out kind of late the night before. And then we headed to Studios first, since we did Islands first the day before. Then we rode Transformers. We love Transformers. We got to see the Mega Movie Star Parade. What else did we do? Ate at Mel's. I had chili cheese fries again. Go figure. Rode the Mummy. Rode a bunch of rides. Siri's friend Lex was down there at the same time, so we met up with her. And we all hung out and did some stuff together. And then, what else did we do? We went to Islands again. And then it started raining for a minute again. We went to City Walk and had some food. I got Moe's. I got a quesadilla. Always love my quesadillas. Alex ended up not feeling very good, and he went back to the hotel, took our leftovers with him, and then we went back into the park because the rain let up again. I will say, even though the rain was horrible to us the first day, the next 2 days it like sprinkled a little bit and then let up enough where it was like cloudy and it felt better for the rest of the day. we went back into Islands and stayed there until around closing. This Zoltar is from the Mummy. It's in the gift shop next to where you get your pictures for the Mummy and stuff. And I just love Zoltar and I love the Mummy. It's one of my favorite, well, the Mummy is my favorite ride at Universal. And I'm extremely biased. But it's also just a good ride. I know I'm talking a lot. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm nerding out. The next day, we got up at 6:30 so we could go to early park admission and get in at 8, solely to get in line for Hagrid's motorbike ride. Because that was one of the rides that Siri wanted to do that we hadn't got to yet, and that is because usually during the day the line for that ride is well over 2 hours, and we did not want to wait in that. So we got up, went straight there. When we were getting there, the wait was at like 50 minutes. After we got in, it jumped to like 80. So that was the longest line we waited in for a ride. But it is such a good ride. It's so fun. This ride has it goes backwards, it's got a few different launches. It only goes 50 miles an hour, so not as intense as the Velocicoaster, but it's still really good. It's so smooth. And as a coaster person, it's like one of the best ones out there. After that, we hung out while Alex went to go get some breakfast, and we rode a couple more rides again. And then I got to ride Hulk. They waited for me. I just had fully accepted at that point that I wasn't going to get to ride Hulk, which is another roller coaster that I really enjoy. So I was really glad that I got to. That was just one of the ones that I knew Siri wasn't going to get on at all. So I wasn't going to push it, you know. And then after that, we headed back to Studios to get some fish and chips at Diagon Alley, and I got my Otter's Fizzy orange drink, which is like orange juice, vanilla, brown sugar, cinnamon. It's a little carbonated. It's like one of the best drinks I've ever had, and I love it. And then after that, Alex wasn't feeling too good again, and went back to the hotel. And there was only one ride that we wanted to do that we hadn't got to do yet, and that was E.T. It's also the only ride still there from the original opening of Universal Studios. Steven Spielberg himself was part of it. It's just a really cute ride. It's an easy ride, and we had good timing too, because as soon as we got in line, the sky started absolutely pissing again. Came down hard and heavy, and I was like, great, oh no. So the whole time we were in line for E.T., it's longer than I would have waited for E.T. on a normal day, but since it was raining so hard, I didn't mind so much. And the whole time we were just going, please let it stop raining, please let it stop raining. And luckily when we got out, it had lightened up significantly. It was only like sprinkling and drizzling a little bit. I ended up caving and getting a Universal poncho anyway, which is way too much money for a poncho, and I would never spend that on a normal poncho. But it is reusable, so I'll take it back next time I go. And then luckily the rain was like really nice the whole time we were there for the rest of the day. Just light drizzle, enough to drive other people out so the lines were shorter, but not enough to really bother us, and enough to keep it cool. So we went and rode Mummy, Men in Black, and Transformers again, and then the radar kind of looked not too happy, so we headed out to get one of the city walk things that we really wanted to do done, which is this like steampunk place called Toothsome's. It's a restaurant, but they also have like desserts and stuff, and we met the robot guy. His name was Jacques. I wish I had been recording when we met him, because it was so funny. We talked about Limp Bizkit and cookies and milk, and it was so funny. But that's one of the characters that Siri really wanted to meet, and we did get to. Here's a sneak peek of the next page. And then we met up with Lex again there at Toothsome's, and then saw that the radar was actually never mind, the rain's gonna stay like slightly north of you. So we went back into Studios to hang out for the last hour, and got the Mummy and Transformers done again, and then we got to check out some of the shops that we didn't get into. So overall, it was a really good, awesome trip. That's pretty much it from the trip itself. This is just kind of my closing thoughts and stuff. This is Toothsome's, and this is Jacques. It was really a good trip. I wish we had gotten to stay longer. There's a few things we didn't get done with characters and stuff, but overall, I think for only 3 full days, we got a whole bunch done. This is some of our pictures from the Mummy. We were trying to figure out where the camera was. We knew essentially where it was here, but we weren't looking in the right direction. But it was fun. And then the last day. This was coming home. Our flight was at 8 something. So we had to be up at 4:30 to get to the shuttle at 5, and my body hated that. But at least we got home. There was a few hiccups this day. The first flight was so smooth and awesome. Then we got a cinnamon roll from Cinnabon, and then something happened on the second flight that kind of made it really stressful for Siri. Somebody was sick, so that was not good. I don't think it was contagious because I think we would have had it by now. I'm assuming it was just nerves or something, but still, it was kind of stressful all around. I felt so bad for her because I can't imagine not feeling well and having to fly anyway. But other than that, it was awesome. It was great. Went super smoothly. Yeah, so that's my pages. This is just the last page. It's got my boarding pass. These are for the pass holder buttons. They usually do a button or a pin, and they had both this time. Not a button or a pin, a button or a magnet. So the button was a little niffler magnet, and then this was I'm getting my words mixed up. Button was a little niffler button, and then it was an ET magnet for being a pass holder. You get those in the pass holder lounge. So those are always cool. They're free. And these are just some extra pictures I had. But yeah, it was a really good trip, and it was awesome. So we had a lot of fun. We're already thinking about next year. So I need to start saving up again. But if we go the first week of September next year, our passes will still be good, and I don't have to buy another one of those. But yeah, sorry if this video is a little different than normal. I'm trying to get back into the swing of it. It's fun for me, and I want to start doing it again, and I think it helps me feel better. But yeah, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'll try to have another one out as soon as I can. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.